Forms link. These pages are organized to provide you with form information in one convenient area. You can find forms listed by program, form name, or form number. The license holder link works similar to that of the CCB website. You can search out those that hold licenses issued by the BCD here. The licensing link. The Building Codes Division licenses tradespersons in the boiler and pressure vessel, electrical, plumbing, and manufactured housing industries. Here you can find information on each of these licenses. The news link provides the latest news and a link to sign up for emails. The boards link provides information on the boards that the BCD oversees. Here you can access the board's meeting minutes and other public record information. This is a great way to get involved. You can find BCD's Oregon Administrative Rules here. Under Code Programs, one can find information about all 13 specialty codes. This is the link to the e-permitting website. This site allows you to apply for building permits with just a few clicks of a mouse. Participation by cities or counties is voluntary, and each participating city or county determines which permits are available for sale online. To see a list of participating cities and counties, go to the site. Contractors can register for e-permitting, get trained on how to use the system, and log into their e-permitting account. Here, you can find information on the interpretation of various codes. Here, you will find information about the various jurisdictions. The Building Codes Division provides information to local jurisdictions that administer a building inspection program. This is the link to the Minor Label Program. Minor labels are inexpensive permits for minor electrical and plumbing, residential and commercial installations. For example, putting in light switches or installing residential water heaters could both be minor label permits. Licensed contractors buy a lot of tin labels, which 10% are inspected. Contractors may use the labels for installations anywhere in the state. Contractors buy the labels online, make the installations, and document how the labels were used on their account online. The Oregon Building Codes Division, BCD, selects one installation from every 10 labels a contractor uses for inspection. BCD requests an inspection from the building department responsible for the installation address. This is the permit link. The Building Codes Division issues permits for its statewide amusement ride, boiler and pressure vessel, manufactured dwelling, prefab, elevator and minor label programs, and for construction work taking place in the jurisdictions for which the division is the building department. The division also provides consumer information and sponsors an award-winning statewide public outreach initiative called Permits Protect. That alerts homeowners to the value of obtaining permits and using licensed contractors, and to provide consistent and efficient permitting services to contractors. The division is piloting an e-permitting website, buildingpermits.oregon.gov, that allows contractors in the Portland Tri-County area to apply and pay for over-the-counter plumbing, electrical, and mechanical permits online. The Building Codes Division issues permits for all statewide programs it administers, and is also the local jurisdiction for Coos and Umatilla counties. State Inspection Services is split into two sections, regional inspections and statewide services. Now, let's take a look at the Building Codes link. On this page, you will find all of the Oregon-adopted building codes for free. The great thing here is that you have instant access and easy navigation. If you were to buy each of these books, you could literally spend thousands. Let's go ahead and dive into the 2011 Oregon Residential Specialty Code. This link will take us over to the eCodes website. Here, we have the entire book at our fingertips. Let's go ahead and turn to the preface page. We have touched on most of the information contained here, but let's look at a couple instructional items. Marginal markings. If the criteria is an updated version from the previous edition, a solid vertical line in the margin within the criteria indicates a technical change, addition, or deletion from the previous edition. A deletion indicator is provided in the margin where a paragraph has been deleted if the deletion involved a technical change. Now, let's turn to the table of contents. Take a look. You can see here that there is a wealth of information at your fingertips. While we don't have time to cover the vast amount of information in this book, we can at least touch on a couple of small points with hopes that you, the contractor, will take the time to study and check the code when you build. Let's take a look at the important chapter for every contractor, building planning. Part 3, which means the 300 section of the code. Building, planning, and construction, the title of this portion. Chapter 3, the chapter of code in the table of contents. Let's take a look now at section R301, design criteria. The R stands for residential. Again, the 300 section stands for building planning, while the 1 in 301 stands for design criteria. Now, we can understand the subsections. The first one is R301.1, application. Let's read. R301.1 application. Buildings and structures, and all parts thereof, shall be constructed to safely support all loads, including dead loads, live loads, roof loads, flood loads, snow loads, wind loads, and seismic loads as prescribed by this code. The construction of buildings and structures in accordance with provisions of this code shall result in a system that provides a complete load path that meets all requirements for the transfer of all loads from their point of origin through the load-resisting elements to the foundation. Buildings and structures constructed as prescribed by this code are deemed to comply with the requirements of this section. Okay, so now we know what the application of the design criteria is all about. We can then look at the subsections of 301.1 by scanning below. There are 3 subsections, R301.1, R301.2, and R301.3. Each one of these subsections expands upon the design criteria application. In summary, in order to accurately define R301.1.3, one must first define design criteria application, or R301.1. The scope of this course is not one of high technical information due to the fact that the audience, Oregon contractors, is so broad. We do, however, hope for you to have the ability to find building codes based on subject online. Let us now take a self-test to gauge our ability to find building codes online. Go ahead and click here to open up a new window containing the information that we just discussed. After the new window opens, return to this page and then click Continue.